Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 1990 Autobot Action Master Inferno figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a quick look at the figure itself because that's all we need. It's quite basic. We're going to have a detailed look though at his accessories because these can be used in a multitude of ways and they can indeed combine and I suppose make this figure quite a bit more fun. We're then going to see how he compares to his original Generation 1 self. We're going to see how he can, how he displays and how he looks with other Action Master figures and how indeed he can use their accessories as well. For a bit of fun, we can also see how he's got much better over the years and with his more up-to-date, in fact, most recent to the date of this video version, the one on the right-hand side. So as you can see, quite a bit to get through with this video. So before we get started and while I'm putting these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. Now, funnily enough, Inferno had a couple of releases in 1990. He had this Action Master release, and he also was then reissued in gold packaging in Europe, but it was basically just the Generation 1 toy. And strangely enough, and as I say, oddly enough, perhaps if we'd have had this guy released before this, Action Masters probably wouldn't have such a bad name amongst the Transformers community. I personally don't think they're that bad, but they are indeed, and we can't lie, they are a huge step back from the original Generation 1 self. It looks completely the other way around when you pop them right next to each other. But the idea that Hasbro was going with, because Transformers, unfortunately, it was waning, it wasn't very popular at all, apart from in Japan, who were still producing completely new figures and new toy lines. Of course, in 1990 in Japan, they just started Zone. Whereas in the rest of the world, and especially in the UK, more so in America, because again, this is Hasbro products, G.I. Joe, as he was known in America, and I think it was Action Force in the UK, was starting to get more and more popular. So these figures, I suppose, in a way, were to replicate them. So what we had is we had the little figures and we had the transforming accessories, which was pretty much, again, what Action Force and G.I. Joe figures did. The figure itself is super basic. The head, to be honest, is way too big for the body, even though it does spin around, so there's a bit of articulation there. The arms will go all the way around and the legs will just go side to side, a little bit out to the sides also. They go front to back. These are just secured together by an elastic band. This is something to be aware of with these figures because overplay, they get super loose and they can't stand for themselves. They will just topple over. Paint, something to look out for as well with this. We've got lovely silver at the front, lovely Autobot logo there, and as I said, to be honest, he doesn't really look that bad. It's just that this guy came out a number of years after the original. Now, as I said, this is what makes these figures fun. It's what you can do with the accessories. So we've got your standard gun here, first and foremost. You've got two tabs. You've got a tab you can attach there and a tab you can attach there. So you can pop this in his hand if you want to, first and foremost. Let's pop it in this one. There we go. And that'll just rest in place. Now with his backpack, it's like a hose, and come weapon, come gun, come blaster, as you'll see in a second. So this is the hose on this side, and this will then rotate as well. So what we can do, we've got the huge tab in the back. We can attach this there, and then we can bring the hose over. Now, one thing that this does do, and the same with most Action Masters, the weapon accessory is so big, and it does sometimes topple them over. But as you can see here, it's counterbalanced, not too bad, to be honest. So that's one way that you can play or display with him, shall we say. Then if you wanted to, you could take the weapon, you could attach this at the back, and now you've got a large over-the-shoulder cannon blaster as well, which again isn't too bad. So this is the gimmick. This is what they were going for, the fact that you could do multiple things with these and indeed use other Action Masters ones. So what we can then do now, we can then fold this away, and we've got a tab here. If we push this forward, it will fire that out. Did you see that there? So this is the other accessory part. So there we go. And again, there's two ways that you can use this. I've seen images with people who've just kept it like this. You've got the handle there, and you can in fact pop it like so. Again, like an over-the-shoulder giant blaster like that. Again, making it really quite awkward for him to balance Is he going to do it? Probably not. So to counterbalance it, what you can do, and again, you got a choice. You can pop this in this hose here. So you've got like a double twin blaster. But again, it's not going to make him balance too well. You can pop it in this hole, like so. Again, a huge, large blaster, which funnily enough has completely stabilized and counterbalanced him out. And you can also, if memory serves me correct, you can pop it in the top like that as well. So again, you've got a multitude ways of indeed using and posing this. And of course, if you wanted to as well, that'll fit in the back. You can attach that there, and you can in fact just have him carrying everything that he owns on his back like so. So I say quite a bit of fun, to be honest. And of course, he displays pretty much all the Action Masters at the same size. You haven't got to really worry about scale. Let's just move him over here. This is Blaster. Oh, I was waiting for him to go, but this is what I was saying. You could take Blaster's accessory, which is a backpack or a jetpack. You can attach this in the hole as well. He can have that. And you can also then still, if you wanted to, so let's fire this weapon back out like so and attach this here. So you then have got a super powered up Inferno figure that's also got a jetpack. And that's actually going to balance. So I suppose that's the gimmick and that's the fun that they were really looking for. But again, nowhere near as good as his original G1 self. For, I suppose, just for the toy aesthetics and for how it looks and for how it displays. So funnily enough, I just display mine with the robot, with the weapon, and have that just on the shelf in front. Just quickly again, this was his original Generation 1 self. And the latest one to date of this video is, yes, it was Kingdom, wasn't it? Wolf Cybertron Kingdom. That's the Kingdom version. So you can see this looks like the stage of progression, but of course it's not. It's the other way around. What we'll quickly do then, we'll have a look at the carded version. This is, I think it's French. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, it's German. So we've got, it's French and German. So we've got the language there and the writing. We've got, he looks more like Sideswipe there, to be honest, in the actual artwork. We've got the new font that they were using in 1990 for Transformers. And then on the back, we've got basically just what I've shown you, how you can use it with the gun small, with the weapon big, and again, just how you can combine it. This is really, really odd. I've got no idea what's going on there with the head sculpt. I can't read if it says, if there's got to be something that's just got to be an error, because mine looks nothing like that, unless they're thinking maybe turn it all the way around. No, there's nothing on the back either. Got to be a printing error. Anyway, that's, I think, enough discussion about this particular Inferno. As I said, the only thing to do is not getting confused with the gold box version, which was released, as you can see, or I'll show you on the back. Now, I've done a video on this separately, by the way, but this was also released in 1990 as well. So two versions of Inferno, one of them the Action Master and one the reissue of this. So just in case you get confused, there is the Action Master Inferno. Hope you enjoyed looking at him. Hope it helps with your decision if you wanted to get one for yourself, or indeed if it brought back happy memories because you had one. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.